The next thing we want to look at is actually graphing systems of linear inequalities. So how am I going to graph a system of linear inequalities? Well, it just means graphing both inequalities and finding the one section that makes both of them true, right? Where do they overlap, right? So I'm going to start by picking a color and graphing my first inequality. So if I graph y is less than or equal to 3, because it only has a y, I know it's either a horizontal or a vertical line, right? And I know if the y has to stay at 3 every time, the y has to stay at 3 every time, that means it must be a horizontal line, right? I want to make sure it crosses the y-axis at 3, right? And that the y's stay at 3 every time. Okay. Now, I decide, do I connect that with a solid or a dashed line? Right? And my symbol tells me I need a solid line. And it also tells me, since its y is less than, that I shade below my line. So I'm going to connect those with a solid line. Right? Again, if you don't put arrows at the ends, that's okay, right? Like that's not something that's worth the time on formative, right? So graph that line. And then I go to my second, and I want to shade below, which means, well, if I had a piece of paper, I would shade really lightly, right? Because not all of the stuff below that line is going to be in my final answer, right? One option on formative is to make some polka dots, right? So not actually shade it yet, but say all of that is the part that would be shaded for my pink line, my first line, right? And then I go to graph the second equation. I'm going to graph the second equation in purple, right? And again, on formative, you can pick a different color for the second line so we can really tell the difference. Okay. Now, how do I graph that line? Y is greater than, well, I'm going to put a 1 in front of my x plus 2. And I know I start at 2 on my y-axis for my y-intercept. And then my slope is 1 over 1. So I go up 1 and to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1. And I put a bunch of points on there. Next, I need to decide, right, does that symbol tell me to use a solid line or a dashed line? Right? And does it tell me to shade above or below my line? Right. This one tells me to use a dashed line, and its y is greater than, which means more, so above my line. So I'm going to connect, maybe on formative, one option, right? Just connect every other point, so that I go all the way across. And then above that line would be everything up here. So then I decide, where do I need to shade for my final answer? Well, what section has both pink and purple dots in it? Right? And I see the section that has both pink and purple dots in it is this one right here. So that's the part that I actually shade, because that's the section where both inequalities are true. Let's take a look at one more example together. Taking a look at this example, the first thing that we should notice is that my equations aren't in that graphing form. Right? So I want to get y by itself in each of those equations so that I can graph them. So if I go ahead and look at graphing the first inequality, 3x minus 4y is less than 4. I'm going to start by getting y by itself, which means I subtract 3x from both sides. Negative 4y is less than negative 3x, and then this is a positive 4. And then if I divide by negative 4, hey, right away, divide by a negative number, flashing lights. I need to remember to flip my symbol around. So y ends up being greater than 3/4 x, and a positive divided by a negative is a negative. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Right? How do I put that on my graph now? Right? I start at -1. That's my y-intercept. Then I use my slope to plot more points, right? My slope is 3/4. So up 3 and to the right 4. Up 3 to the right 4. Double check that it looks like my line, if I connect it, was going uphill. That would be the same thing as down 3 to the left 4. Down 3 to the left 4. And I know, because of my symbol, that this should be a dashed line, right? It doesn't have the line underneath, so it's not equal to. And y is greater than means I shade above that line. So I connect those points with a dashed line, right? For one like this, I maybe would want to add in like 1 in between there. Give me a few good dashes so I can tell that it's a dashed line, right? And then shading above would mean anything up here. So there's my little polka dots, right? All of that would be shaded for the first inequality, but I still need to graph the second inequality. So to graph my second inequality, x plus 2y is less than or equal to 8. The first thing I need to do is get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 2y is less than or equal to, well, that's a positive 8, so I'm going to put the negative x first and then plus 8. And then if I divide everything by 2, this is one place that a lot of you are making little mistakes still, right? Negative x really means negative 1x. So the fraction is still negative 1/2, and then the x, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I know my b is 4. I'm going to start at 4 on my y-axis for my purple line. My slope, m, is negative 1/2, which means I go down 1 and to the right 2, or it means the line should be going downhill, right? If that helps me put my point down there. Make sure it looks like if I connected it, it would be going downhill. I could also go up 1 and to the left 2 to get another point down there. Right. My symbol tells me this is a solid line because it has a or equal to, and it says y is less than, which means I shade below. So let's connect those with a solid line. And below that line is everything down here. So now I want to know which one section out of those 4 is where my final answer is going to be, right? Below the purple line, but above the pink line, is this section right here. So that's the part that I actually want to shade. Anything in that section would make both inequalities true. See if you could try a few practice problems.